Guys, welcome back to the channel, Homestead Overland, Virginia, where we are living in a barn that we're converting into a barndominium. We're completely off-grid, homesteading on 32 acres in the middle of nowhere, close to nothing, and we love it. And we got a little kitty that wants to be on camera. Huh, Kiki? Hey, everybody. That's our kitty, Onyx. He's out here mousing right now. Our garden, it's like November 3rd. We're starting to pull stuff up now and put it in our composting bin. That is an 8-foot deer fence that we put all around. And oh my goodness, you gotta really crawl up me like that. Oh, you can see it looks crazy back here. We built this garden. It was all just basically clay back here. I had trucks come in and we brought in mushroom compost right there, regular compost and topsoil, and I built these basically walls and boxes out of something called live edge, because I used to work with an Amish guy building things. He has a mill, and that's what we can get as far as a scrap to build things with, just kind of like my wife built this compost right here. We've been filling up that. So the garden was very productive this year. It's looking really good, but now it's time to like close that up for the winter time. Here's where we have all of our solar panels. Those were left behind. We brought that one with us. And I just built a little stand and put those on. This used to be for wood when we got here. It was just basically 4 sides with like half of a roof. I turned that into a chicken coop for now. Everything's temporary. Back there is our little creek. And that's where we go swimming. Let's go check it out. If you're new to the channel, my name's David. I'm 57 years old. My wife is Meredith. She's 36. And we just had a baby girl on Father's Day. She's about 4 months old. Her name is Elsie Ray. And we decided we wanted to go completely off-grid and homestead out here in Virginia. So you can see there's a valley down here. There's a mountain on that side and a mountain on this side. So we're in what's called a holler. It has its own little microclimate and everything. This is 32 acres. Right now we have some Amish guys down there putting in a fence for us because our neighbor's cattle have been coming up here. So she's really responsible for the fencing, but we wanted to go in halves because that fence is going to benefit us too. So right now I'm heading down to what's called Back Creek, and we live on Upper Back Creek. And this is one of the reasons we wanted this property, or I wanted it, is because I wanted fresh water. We want to be completely off-grid. There's no electricity back here. We live in what's called a quiet zone, which means there are no cell phone towers. The quiet zone is because they have an observatory in Green Bank, West Virginia, that listens out in space for whatever they're listening for. So you can't have a lot of like things with frequencies, cell phone towers, and all that kind of stuff. And I really wanted this fresh water. Let's go check it out. Heading down from the barn, and that barn was built maybe 3 years ago by an Amish guy. They're putting in some posts down there. Let's go back to the creek. And this is one of our favorite places. We come down here, you can get water down here, bathe the dogs in the summertime. We go swimming. This is where we take baths. We have cleared all 32 acres. There's a whole other 2 sectors down there. I'll show you them. But we have a friend who has a tractor, and he comes by once a year and bush hogs all of this. And we have piles everywhere. We've been burning, like on this little island right here. Let me walk across this bridge. We got this pile, and I'm gonna wait till it starts snowing this winter, and I will burn this pile right here. We cleared off that island. I know it's all grown in right now, but that used to be full of all kind of stuff. Let's go down and check out Upper Back Creek, and let's just see how beautiful the water is. This is a great place to go when the dogs get hot. The kitties come down here and hang out. All right, let's see how clear this water is. All right, right in here, it's about 3 feet. We built all this up to have a little waterfall. And then over here, in this area, and there it's about 5 feet deep. So it's a great place to hang out and get, you know, rejuvenized. Is that a word? Beautiful. Coming down from the Barndominium, here's the fence that they are putting in right now. Heavy duty cattle fencing. You can see they're over there doing a little bit of work. And this is what we used to have up here, just electrical fence. That didn't keep anything back. But now we will not be having any more cattle coming over here. Cattle's a big thing out here. Most people make money off of cattle and hay. And I don't mind cattle. You know, we actually had a milking cow when we kind of first got here when Meredith was pregnant. And we weren't ready for that because you need to have a barn to separate the calf from the cow, and we couldn't milk her because she was getting aggressive. We also had goats at one time. We didn't have the proper fencing for them. They were around the house peeing and pooping and just jumping on everything. But you know, these cattle, you know, they're just out here doing their thing. But what it is I didn't like is they're coming up around the house and they're just pooping everywhere. And it was just nasty. Now we're gonna have a little bit of peace and quiet and cleanliness around the barn. This fall, things are dying back, but these are hickory nut trees. And all through here are apple trees. And down at the other end of the property, we'll also have fruit trees. The main reason we moved out here and we're living like this is because this is the way we feel that we are designed to live. You know, we're all born into this business world with mortgages and paying bills and consumerism. And I was living in San Diego as a registered nurse, working 20-hour days every other day with the mortgage and man, just getting by. And we decided, forget about it. We had 10 acres out there, you know, semi like homesteading, but we wanted to go completely off grid, live out here where we can collect eggs. We're going to get a milking cow again when we have the barn set up. We have to convert the barn into a barndominium first because we got a baby girl. But we'll have our own milk and cheese. We got a garden. We got fresh water back there. We just have a well put in. They're going to come and run that to the house. You know, we have woods for days, man. Acres. I have 32 acres here, and about a third of that is the woods and its mountains. I can build things. We have fire, we have energy, we have solar, we're self-sufficient. If anything goes down and we got our pew, 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 we're good to go. One of the reasons we started this YouTube channel is to show all of our family and friends what we're doing out here. Because a lot of our friends are like, I can't believe you like left San Diego where you had everything. Beautiful home, awesome career, swimming pool, all kind of restaurants. You got the ocean, you got the mountains, all kind of like entertainment. But look, I'm a country person, man. I love that kind of stuff right there. So people wonder, like, how do you take a shower? Look, these are IBC totes. This is an IBC tote. Ow, the kitty. Oh, man. Oh, all right, come on all the way up. If you're gonna come up, just come on up and stay up. There we go. IBC tote right there. We have things that collect rainwater. We fill up all these totes right here, and then we take a shower. I took 2 IBC totes, I put them together. This is like a camping shower hooked up to propane. And then you come in here and it's just like a regular shower, man. It's super nice, but it's starting to get cold, so things are gonna freeze. So what do? I have this cast iron tub. Look, I gotta have wood for days. You build a little fire under there, and we take nice hot baths in the wintertime because the pipes will freeze up. Look at this. This is like Tweakerville to me. I can't stand this, man, because I'm kind of like a neat freak. Like everything just looks Sanford and Sunny. But what we really need is a storage container, you know, the shipping containers. We're gonna get one of those eventually. It's just not in the budget right now. We're trying to insulate this house because last year we lived in it. We made it through, but with the baby, it's gonna be difficult, man. We need to get the heat going in there for her. But, you know, I would clean all this stuff up. It needs a place to go, you know. Eventually we'll get rain gutters where we can collect water. And let me just show you where we do have the water coming in the house, but it's just not hooked up yet. Top of the road up there, at the top of the drive is the well. It's been capped off right now. It comes all the way down to here. It comes into the house. And that's where we're gonna have it hooked up here eventually. In the ground right here, we have propane. There's 1,000, I don't know if it's 1,000 pounds or 1,000 gallon. That comes right into there too, because that's for the radiant heating floor, like a lot of the appliances. And over all back there is our leach field. And that green thing right there is our septic. Coming up the stairs of the Barndominium, we have started to put in all the electric. Well, we finished putting in all the electric. So next, we're gonna start insulating because we wanna be able to use that this year. Last year, I built a little room around it right here, and we just lived inside here because it was freezing. But this is coming along downstairs. We finally got the insulation, and sheetrock came in. And that's taking up a lot of space. Look, there's insulation and the sheetrock's underneath there. And this whole room over there is all insulation. We framed in the bathroom. We framed in the laundry room. We have concrete floor with radiant heating. And then over here, we framed in the pantry. And then we're gonna start putting up all this insulation. This is our little solar area with our batteries to stay, you know, with some power. It looks crazy, guys, I know. We're not a bunch of tweakers, you know, we're usually pretty organized, but we don't have any closet space. We don't have anywhere to like store anything right now. But right here we have sliders that are coming. We put a window in there, put a window in there. We got sliders that are coming right there, put a window in there. We got a window there, there, and there. So we're gonna be insulating this ceiling for upstairs, and we're gonna start insulating upstairs next. None of this stuff hooked up yet. It's a long process. We've been here a year, September the 11th of this year. And when we first got here, it was just a barn with gravel, flooring, weeds 5 feet tall all over the place. It took a long time just to get it, to be able to get some elbow room in here and get things done. But it looks like a construction site, you know? But check back with us, just follow us and see how the progress goes, and you're gonna be amazed, because I did the same thing in California. I bought a home that was like a 1935 fixer-upper, big time. I mean, it was like old and nasty. Took me years, fixed it up, it looked beautiful, sold that, took that equity, came out here and bought this. Here's how we go to the bathroom. This is an outhouse that my buddy built, an Amish guy, and it's basically a sawdust toilet. So over here we have sawdust, which I get from my Amish guy. After you're done, you put it in there, there's a bucket, you take the bucket, and then you take it all the way over here, and we have something called a human manure compost, which is down there. Another reason we do this channel is we would like to monetize it. We have enough followers, we just need some more watch hours. But eventually, you make a little bit of money off YouTube. I also do product reviews. People send me stuff. One of the main problems out here, on 32 acres in the middle of nowhere, close to nothing, and we love it, is like, there's no jobs, for one, so that's something you need to consider. Like I said, I'm a registered nurse, and I could get a job, but they're like an hour and 45 minutes away through mountains. And that's dangerous after working 12 hours driving that much, you know, back and forth. Another thing, too, is there's like not a lot of like laborers out here. Like, there's one plumber. We've been waiting for a long time to get that well put in, months. And then we waited for a long time to get the lines put in, and now we're still waiting for him to come in and kind of hook it up. So when you come out here, you got to think about that, and maybe that's skills that you have. Like, I can do a little bit of like construction here and there. I don't do plumbing, I don't do electrical. We found a guy named Jerry, super cool. He's an electrician, but he's like 80 years old, and he's showing me how to do everything. Like, I'm drilling the holes, running the wire, and he's going to put it all together. But when you come out to a place like this, you need to consider that it's hard to make money, okay? And then it's hard to get like help, professional help. This population out here in Monterey, 65% of the population is 65 or older. So it's a lot of older people. But yeah, that's one of the reasons, man, I'd appreciate if you guys subscribe, like give us a little thumbs up, leave a comment, share our videos, watch our videos all the way to the end, because monetizing this channel is one of the ways we can make a living out here. Another thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start a glamping business. If you don't know what that is, that's glamorous camping. So once we get the barn all set up, you know, and once we get like another barn for our animals, then we're gonna start building little structures where people can come and glamp. We're gonna build a pizza oven, we're gonna have a sauna, we can go swimming back in the creek, we can shoot some guns, we can do some archery, we're gonna like give you food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, take you around mountain bike riding. The channel's called Homestead Overland Virginia, because I have a Titan that I'm gonna fit eventually, or like build it out to be an overlanding rig, so we can take you to all the beautiful places out here in Virginia. Now let's go see where we put that sawdust composting mess when we're done. So away from the barn, over here is where we compost everything from our little outhouse. This is from last year. It's been here for a year. It used to be that tall and went all the way down. That's all compost. We're not going to put that on the garden, but that can be used for, like, you know, your flower beds and stuff like that. And here's what we're using this year. I got the straw from the chicken coop. You throw that bucket in there. Here's a little bit of dirt that we dug out. I'll put that in there with that and just let it compost. The first things we got done when we got here is we had this gravel drive put in. Usually our vehicles are parked right here, but I moved everything down there because they have been building a fence and they're taking heavy machinery down this way. So that's one part of the property I showed you, down there where they have the cattle fencing. The creek's all along the mountain. Then over here we have even more property, you know, and this is where we're going to do the camp glamping sites. It's going to be super cool. Man, if you guys just follow us and kind of like see what's going on and how we progress, by the time we get that all set up, we would love for you to come and visit us. But here's a little creek right here. It's dried up right now. But over here, I'm just going to show you, it goes all the way down to those pines. This is probably, I don't know, 20 acres of just open field with a creek in the back, with a mountain in a mountain. No neighbors for probably 7 miles. No neighbors for probably 6 miles. No neighbors, no neighbors. Down there's the barn. It sure is beautiful. Kitty, don't attack. I see you coming. Are you gonna do it? Go ahead and do it. Just start climbing, start clawing. Okay, come on. Just do it, come on. Let's go. Call me up. Anywho, this is a shed that used to be all the way down there. And our neighbor got a tractor and he drug it from there all the way down the road and put it right here for me. So if I need something, I don't have to walk 5 minutes down to the other end of the property. And this is where I keep all the stuff. This is a refrigerator that runs on propane. So that's how we do things out here. And then again, this is a barn that we are turning into a barndominium. These barndominiums are really popular in these shows you see on Home and Garden TV or whatever, but those are actually homes that are built in the style of a barn. This is a barn. Like I said, when we came in, it was gravel, just 2x4s, and just this board and bat, and that's it, and a roof. I had to go in and do everything backwards. You put like the house wrap, the tie back in, and then we put the plywood, and then we furred it out. Then we're building all the rooms, but it is getting there. Let me show you one more thing super quick. This is my wood processing station, and under there, you know, I finally got a wood splitter. But here's one thing I learned about wood, and you have to have a lot of it out here. Having wood piles around your house is kind of like a symbol, a status symbol. Like, hey man, we got it going on. We're finally getting ours there. And we have a lot of cool neighbors. They'll call and say, hey, this maple tree just fell down, or this oak tree just fell down. I'll come and I'll chop it up, bring it home, and process it. Here's one thing that I learned. I can give you a tip. Like, stack it where you crack it. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work moving all this stuff around. But we also have this cool little product called Enviro Bricks. This right here is compressed sawdust. So when we were running out of wood last year, we bought it, and we have a lot left. This stuff burns super hot, and it's really cool. So there's our little update for November for our family and friends out there. So if you guys like these kind of videos, we usually make videos on off-grid living, homesteading. We're converting this barn into a barndominium. I have this Titan truck right there. We're going to turn that into an overlanding rig because we usually take you guys out in all the cool places here in Virginia, West Virginia. We have a brand new baby girl. We like to go mountain bike riding, hiking, all that kind of stuff. And I also do product reviews. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, we appreciate it if you check the channel out. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. But I'm coming home. I'm coming. I'm coming home. I'm coming. Homestead Overland, Virginia.